It was a quiet morning in Siberia on June 30th, 1908. The sky was clear, the air was still. Then, without warning, boom. A massive explosion erupted in the sky. A blinding flash of light. A deafening roar. A fireball streaked across the atmosphere. And then, silence. Moments later, a shockwave ripped through the forest, flattening trees for 800 square miles, an area nearly the size of New York City. The explosion was so powerful it was felt 500 miles away, shattering windows and knocking people off their feet. And yet, no crater was ever found. No impact site. No remnants of a meteorite. Over a century later, scientists still don't know exactly what happened. This is the Tunguska Event, one of the most mysterious and powerful explosions in recorded history. What could have caused such devastation? A meteor, a comet, something else? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. The first witnesses were local Evenki tribesmen who lived deep in the Siberian wilderness. They described a fiery object streaking across the sky, followed by an earth-shaking blast. Some claimed they saw a pillar of fire rising from the horizon, and for days afterward the sky glowed an eerie orange at night. In European Russia, nearly 4,000 miles away, astronomers reported a strange phenomenon. Night skies were so bright that people could read newspapers at midnight. It wasn't until 19 years later that an expedition was finally sent to investigate. In 1927, Russian scientist Leonid Kulik led a team to the remote Tunguska region, expecting to find a massive crater left behind by a meteorite. But when he arrived, he found something completely unexpected. The trees were flattened in a radial pattern, pointing outward from a central point, like the aftermath of an atomic bomb. But at the epicenter, the trees were still standing, stripped of their branches, charred but upright, almost as if an explosion had occurred above the ground. And yet, there was no impact site, no debris, no meteor fragments. So what could have caused such a massive explosion without leaving a trace? One theory suggests that a meteorite or comet entered the atmosphere and exploded mid-air, a phenomenon known as an airburst. The force of the explosion, equivalent to 1,000 Hiroshima bombs, would have vaporized the object before it hit the ground, explaining the lack of a crater. But there's a problem. No one has ever found any trace of extraterrestrial material, no meteorite fragments, no unusual elements in the soil. Some scientists suggest it could have been a comet made of ice, which would have completely disintegrated upon impact. But others believe something even stranger happened. In the 1970s, some researchers proposed that the Tunguska explosion was caused by antimatter, a rare theoretical substance that, if it came into contact with normal matter, would annihilate in a burst of pure energy. Then there's the wildest theory of all. In 1908, famed inventor Nikola Tesla was working on a secret energy experiment, an attempt to transmit power wirelessly across the world. Some believe Tesla may have accidentally triggered an energy discharge over Siberia, causing the explosion. But there's no solid proof. Over the decades, the mystery of Tunguska has only deepened. Was it a meteor? A comet? Something even more powerful? One thing is certain. If the explosion had happened just a few hours later, it could have struck a major city like St. Petersburg or Moscow, wiping it off the map. And what's even more terrifying, scientists believe that events like Tunguska aren't rare. In fact, they might happen every few hundred years. Today, NASA tracks thousands of near-Earth objects, asteroids and comets that could at any moment come hurtling toward our planet. And while technology has improved, there's still no way to stop an impact once it's too close. Could another Tunguska-level explosion happen in our lifetime? And if it did, would we be ready? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysteries from history.